everybody. Welcome to a Spring 2014 SWAT review. My name is Kate, otherwise known as Narataki.
And I'm Alan, otherwise known as C-Sweet.
We are from ReverseThieves.com. You can go there to get other SWAT reviews, our monthly Speakeasy podcast, as well as 3+ blog posts every week.
This time we are looking at No Game, No Life. And it is from Studio Madhouse and it is streaming on Crunchyroll.
Man, F this show.
Okay, I will explain the story as Kate just has this sour look on her face like she ate like a dozen lemon warheads. Okay, we have a brother and a sister, and they are super neats who basically beat every online game, be it an MMORPG or online chess. And one day, after a binging of like 5 days with little to no sleep and just totally wrecking this one MMORPG, they get a mysterious mail that challenges them to a game of chess. They win, and the person on the other end is like, "You probably don't like living in this boring world." And they're like, "Yes!" And so they get transported to a fantasy world where the god there has decreed that all conflicts are solved by playing games. And there's this whole list of rules, but
The only good thing about this show is that those two are no longer on the human plane. I mean, and at least they aren't trying to get home. They're like, why would I want to leave? This is a world of games. I'm like, good. You just stay there and stay away from the rest of us. You skanky, creepy weirdos. I like, ugh. So the first shot we have of the sister in this show, who is 11, because they tell us specifically that she is this like overly detailed panty shot of her, which is like, I literally wanted to shut the show off in 30 seconds. I was like, okay, I'm done. Like, oh my god, there is like another 20 minutes of this show. There's totally a creepy incest factor. The brother is like, I don't know, are we supposed to think that guy's cool or something? Because
you know
I just want to smack him.
he's supposed to be loser cool. He's supposed to be like, it's hip to be square cool. Like, he's a nerd, but what do you call it?
He's so logical and can play all the games and he's the best at it. And if only real life was like games, then he'd always win. But real life isn't like games. No, it isn't. Stay there.
For everybody who is a math or game theory nerd, well, actually, one minor thing that minorly annoyed me, but like, I know why it was written this way, was when she plays that chess game and
sits in her brother's lap and then they touch hands. Oh, it's so adorable.
incesty. She says that he makes a big deal that she's so smart that chess to her is a solved game. But then the guy gives them problems. But he shouldn't. Because if chess is a solved game for you, you know every possible move that can be made, and thereby can always make the optimal move. Even if they make illogical moves, you basically know all possible iterations, and therefore always know how either to tie or win.
I don't want to. Oh god, I don't even know why I'm gonna defend it in this moment right now. But they did say she can always beat the computer because the computer always makes the optimal move. A human being doesn't necessarily always make the optimal move. Then they said, because he's doing something illogical, it's interesting. They didn't seem like, they were like, oh, now it's interesting. I don't know.
Because they made it seem like that was throwing him off, but technically...
I didn't think that, I feel like that's not what they were just like, oh, now it's interesting.
Because I thought...
Who cares? I can't believe we just had a long discussion about this stupid show, which is terribly animated and dumb. Poker game that they play in the fantasy world, that woman that they're playing against, I mean, oh god. It's also obviously going to turn into like some harem show with this guy.
Because they're already going to obviously help out that princess who her father said that the right of succession in the kingdom
must be determined by games or whatever.
So yeah, and she's going to lose.
But really it's going to be determined by incest siblings who only need one bed at the inn, because duh, of course. And
he makes a point of it. We only need a room with one bed.
Ugh. And the guy is just so personalityless. Like, there is nothing good about this show. Nothing.
Oh, and the colors, like, in the fantasy land are so, like, somebody just had rainbow filters on everything. My God, we have too many rainbow filters. Just get rid of them as much as we can. Just throw them into the series. Put them on everything. We have to get rid of them before they expire.
I hated this show. And I hate Madhouse for making it. I mean, what are they trying to fill? Some incest quota for the season? God. Ooh, I don't know why anybody's watching the show, and I refuse to understand why it was under the popular section on Crunchyroll. I don't believe it. No, it doesn't exist.
I feel like it's super Sword Art Online in the way that I feel like people are just hate watching it.
No, stop now.
Because I feel like I get dragged into a like fantasy world or MMORPG. At least like people liked Sword Art Online in the beginning. And people seem to legitimately like Log Horizon. We both found it boring, but people seem to actually like Log Horizon. But the only reason people could be watching this show is hate watching. All right. I don't think we have anything more to say about this show. It is garbage. See you guys next time.